Hello, everybody. Good morning. You are listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Naomi Nachman, and I'm about all the food all the time, especially now around Pesach with my cookbook. I am doing lots of promoting of this book, so I'm sorry you're going to have to sit back and listen to the food talk for 1 hour about perfect for Pesach. Perfect for food, perfect anytime. We are very excited to be here back in the studio. I love food. I love shopping for it, cooking it, eating at restaurants, anything food related. I'm a kosher personal chef, cooking a lot right now for Pesach. Let me just say that. I hope you'll tune in every week and hear about my exciting food adventures, kosher food traveling, and sharing of great recipe and ideas each week. But I want to hear from you. Email me, naomi@nachumsiegel.com. I want to hear what you made, where you ate, all that, where you shop for food. I love hearing about all of that. So thank you to all of you who do email me in. I really appreciate hearing from everyone. Okay, so we have another amazing show today. We're going to be having, this time of the year, you have to have Gabriel Geller from Royal Wines on. It's a requirement here. We want to know what to drink on Pesach and, the rest of the year too, but it's breathing down our necks. We want to know what to drink. So Gabriel's going to be joining us. And, of course, we need to know what to eat, what's new in the kosher world. So we have Pessi Einhorn here, who's a packaging specialist and product development from KAYCO. So we're really excited to be talking to her, and we're going to hear a little bit about kosher.com as well. So let's just take a pause from that before we dive into our guests. I have to give a restaurant shout-out to Carne Grill. I was invited there about a week and a half ago by the owners. I had one of the best meals of my life. And you guys know I've eaten everywhere. This was incredible. Please make this your destination kosher restaurant for now, because if you haven't been there, it's worth the drive. I got a parking spot right in front. I can't guarantee that you will be so lucky there in Flatbush on Avenue P. But I was at the Fleischig one. It was amazing. One thing after another. They totally sent out a lot of food, and each thing was delicious. I really if you had seen my Instagram story, you had seen me jumping out of my seat for joy from the food there. So I really, really loved it. And another huge shout out to the guys at Doma. They have a brunch menu now from 12 to 4 on Sundays. Waffles, chicken and waffles, pancakes, pastries, salads, frittatas. It's obviously it's a Fleischig restaurant, but they are serving Fleischigs for brunch, which it was amazing. So make sure you go check out that place as well. Doma is already a destination restaurant. People are flocking there from everywhere. They had their $1,000 sandwich Super Bowl time, which everyone was talking about. So make your way over to the Five Towns. So we've got two destination restaurants, Five Towns, Doma, and Flatbush in Pescata Carne in Flatbush. So make sure you get over there for some really solid food, especially take the wife out, She's been working hard making Purim and Pesach. Not that the men haven't worked hard, but, go on a date night. Go with your mum. Take your mum out for dinner, or take your daughter out for dinner. Let's make these restaurants sensational. Have a sensational evening eating great food with your family. Okay, let's talk Pesach, people. Yeah, it's the book. I'm going to talk about the book. So if you have not got a copy, they are on sale on Amazon or your local Judaica stores. I cannot believe it's been a year since the book has come out. So we are pumping lots of, it's that time of the year. Pesach book has 2 months a year where it's alive, and it's right now. So I'm going to use the opportunity. If you don't have it, grab a copy. I'm happy to sign them for you if we can meet up, but had a lot of fun writing it. The photography is beautiful with Miriam Pascal, and the recipes are really good and have lots of great tips. So if you're making Pesach for the first time, you can still grab the book and use it for tips. I'm going away to RAM, working for RAM, giving cooking classes at their Pesach hotel at the Trump National Doral in Miami. Super excited about that. Going to give about 12 classes. Yeah, Pesach's only 8 days, but I give 12 classes. So, they get good value out of me. Okay, enough about me. And let's welcome our amazing guest, Pessi Einhorn, who I've met couple months back when I went down to the KAYCO offices in Bayonne, New Jersey. Welcome, Pessi. I am so glad that you got to come in and represent the team.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here.
So you can actually fill us in on what goes behind the scenes. We want to know, like, KAYCO is the biggest kosher distributor in the world?
In the United States, yes, we are the biggest kosher food producers and distributors of kosher food, yeah.
Okay, what is the biggest product that you make? The most, the biggest selling?
We have all of our staple products are huge. Like we have many different brands. We have
what are the brands?
We have the Geffen brand, Glix, Hadar, Shibolim, Yehuda. We have some new companies, some new brands that are coming out. We have a great new brand called Heaven and Earth. That's a fantastic new brand that has all natural products, better for you. Many of our products under the Heaven and Earth brand are regular products, but only better for you. Many are organic. They're all natural. None of them have any artificial ingredients, and they're just great. They're delicious, top of the line, top scale products, and those will be coming out very shortly. We have the Tuscanini brand, which is amazing.
I love their stuff. Oh.
From Italy.
Those
parchment products.
Those parchment crackers. Are the
they're
best.
Amazing, right? There, it's a great brand. It took off amazing. Everyone loves it. It's gourmet stuff, but approachable. Everyone loves it, and we have new products coming out all the time. We're working on a lot of different things, so stay tuned for our new products. They're all great.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll talk about some of them.
I'm always excited to see what the companies have got and what they're working on, because last week we had the OK. Rabbi and the marketing team here. And we're talking about how the foodie boom is in full swing because of companies like you guys that are producing or distributing or finding these great ingredients for us as chefs or restaurateurs to use.
That's what we do every day. We look for new products. We look for new products all over the world. Chaim in our office, Chaim Herzog, he travels all over, and he has these antennas for amazing products in places that you would never imagine they would be able to produce kosher food.
Right.
And we're constantly like little ants, always busy looking for new things. And, we have our eye on the consumer. We want to bring a lot of new things that were never kosher before. We want to bring that to the kosher consumer so they can taste new things from their original sources, like Italian food from Italy.
Right. Like those Tuscanini things are fantastic.
Right. I mean, pizza that actually comes from Italy. Not from Borough Park.
Right. Or that Chicago pizza, that big fat Chicago pizza that you guys got certified kosher, and now
the Geno's East.
The Geno's East.
Yes, that's a great product. Oh my gosh, that is really
so
good.
I found the dough like really thick. It was like this giant stuffed crust pizza, which I know is very, very, very Chicago.
Right, that is Chicago.
Right, we're in New York. It sounds funny when I say we New Yorkers because I'm Australian.
Well, you're a New Yorker.
I'm a New Yorker. I may sound like an Aussie, but I'm a New Yorker. I'm both. But we like the thin, crispy crust pizza. Right. Like I love thin, crispy, and this is thick, and it's
that's what Chicago's known for.
Right, and it's so great that we got that kosher for us. It was like a really big treat for everyone. So how does one? You're a packaging specialist. Tell us more about that. How do you design them? Do you have meetings? Like, how does all that work?
There's
I'm actually fascinated.
A lot of thought that goes into the packaging.
So I'd love people to hear this.
As a woman, I would say that, it's like getting dressed. It's like you have this great product, but you want to dress it and present it. So much of a product is aesthetically seeing the packaging of the product. That's what draws you in. That's what makes a consumer want to try it and want to buy it. Right. So we work very hard, and we don't just do it. We put a lot of thought into the packaging, into the design of the packaging. And a lot of people don't know this, but there is so much technical information that goes on a packaging. A lot of it is regulated by the FDA.
So
we have to make sure. Well, there's a lot of information that's constant, very dynamic, always changing. For example, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
When we when we package beverages, so we have to put on the recycling information, and it's constantly changing. Just now, the state of Oregon changed their recycling rules.
Yeah.
So we have to redo all our packaging to put on the new.
And that costs money every time you print new labels.
But, we have to follow the regulations, and we do everything to the T. I'm very well versed in the FDA regulations, so we make sure that we have the new nutrition panels that are going into effect now. So all of our new packaging gets a new formatted, easier for the consumer to understand nutrition panel.
Right. You really should be reading everything that you're buying that's packaged.
We put a lot of information. We have the organic, anything that's organic. We have the organic symbol, a lot of our USDA organic. And also if it's coming from another country, it's always certified by the organic certifier, wherever the product is coming from. We try to make our packaging very easy to read, very easy for the consumer. We have little icons like our Naturally Better symbol, which is on many, if not most of our products, which means that we have a website that lists a whole list of ingredients that we do not put in our food that has that symbol. Artificial ingredients, things that are not good for you, are all omitted from any of the food products that bear that Naturally Better symbol. So if you're buying a product that has that little leaf symbol that says Naturally Better for you, then you know that you're eating clean, no artificial ingredients, no colors, preservatives.
People don't know this. I did not know this.
Yes.
We really need, maybe kosher.com can do a video called You Are What You Eat.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Okay, let's write that. I promise you, as we're speaking, here, take notes. We need to take notes, right? And we can inform the consumer, what they're eating and what's healthy, because we don't know. I didn't know this, and I've been a foodie since I'm a baby.
And when we do develop new products, we work very hard to make our products as, obviously not everything, but most of our products as best and clean, natural, good for you, with top-notch ingredients. We don't go the cheap route. We never go the cheap route. We always do everything. I'm very critical. If something does not pass my muster, it will not be found on the grocery shelves.
Oh, wow.
Not with taste, not with content of ingredients, because we just want to make sure that what we're putting out there is a fantastic product that anybody would be really happy to serve their family and to eat, and not worry, I'm serving them junk. Absolutely not.
Wow. There's so much new stuff coming out all the time. It's really, I can't wait till Gabriel comes in. We've got some samples.
We're so busy.
We're going to share with everyone. Let's talk about the history of KAYCO.
Okay.
Because I think that's fascinating to everyone. I always ask, so when did you get started? I want to hear the background of how you become the giant in the industry.
So when I started in the company about 8 years ago, we were Kenover.
Right.
We were just the food division. We had several brands like Geffen, Glicks, Shibolim, and we had a sister company. We were under the umbrella of the Kedem Wine Company, but we were a separate division. And then about 5 years ago or so, we merged. So now we're one large company called KAYCO. We have a wine division, the Kedem Wine Division, and KAYCO's the food division. And when we became KAYCO, we brought in, we encompassed a lot of other brands that we own, and many which we distribute for.
Okay.
We are the largest distributor of kosher food. We have many channels, not just in the United States, but all over the world. We have distribution centers in different areas of the country. So
I've been to the one in Bayonne, New Jersey, and I love it there.
It's huge. And we have a really big one. We have a distribution center in Florida. We have one in California. So we have
I didn't know that.
An excellent network of channels to reach all over the country, and we have divisions all over the world. We have a division in Europe, in the United Kingdom, Canada, Israel, Australia, and our food gets distributed all over the world, and many companies come to us to use us for distribution because we have such a wide.
So not only do you create your own products,
but we
you
also distribute many other brands.
You, like other companies will say, "Hey, you're so big, could you distribute this
That's
for
right.
us?"
That's right.
Wow.
And we have hundreds of brands under our, that are in our portfolio of brands that we distribute. Yes.
Wow, it's unbelievable. I don't think people realize that. So where does Royal Wine fit into all that? Under Kedem?
So Royal Wine is our wine division.
Okay.
We're under one big umbrella company.
Does KAYCO stand for anything?
Does it stand? Well, I don't really know exactly. I like to think it's like kosher company, like kosher. The K can be from Kedem. I don't exactly know what the genesis of that name is.
Yeah, we got to find that out. I'm curious.
Yeah.
We'll ask Morty or...
Oh, Morty's a good person to ask. I probably knows
the
too.
Herzog family, and the winery is unbelievable. I love going out to the winery. I've been there. I was there twice last year, so I was very spoiled.
Go back.
Chef Gabe treated us well.
Yeah.
He was amazing. Okay, so... all right, so we have many different people behind the scenes that make things work, and all the different divisions. And one of the biggest divisions that have started now is kosher.com.
Wow, they really took off and grew. They're about a year old, a little over
a year.
old,
We've already said happy birthday to them.
That's right. That's right.
They are huge. Like we've got the shows, which I have a show on called Sunny Side Up. It's a cooking show. It's not a radio show. Here I do my radio.
It's a great name for your show because I don't know a sunnier person than you.
Oh, thank you. I am very sunny. For Sunny Side Up. And I happen to love Sunny Side Up.
Okay, so there you go.
It worked really well with. I think Morty came up with a name even.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he did well.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's lots of, so let's talk a little bit more. There's, besides the cooking shows on kosher.com, we have.
It's a great resource for recipes of so many different kinds. I mean, any recipe that you can possibly need. Let's say you want to do something with a certain ingredient. I mean, there are so many recipes on kosher.com. You do a search and it'll come up with loads of stuff, not just recipes, tips, now Purim, right? So we had so many different ideas for shalach manos and decorating and anything that's related to food, crafts for the kids,
right?
Out of
they also
food.
have shiurim now.
Right, they have some nice
Shabbatify.
Right,
Shabbatify.
right.
I can't remember the name of the rabbi.
Rabbi Fari.
Oh, okay, there you go. I'm glad you remember.
Yeah.
Shabbatify, they have How to Set Your Beautiful Table with Heshi Scoops.
Right.
How to Stay Healthy with Rory Weisberg. She does Instagram stories. Their social media is also huge. When they started a year ago, I was way ahead of them, and now they are way ahead of me. And it took me 5 years to build up what they have.
Well, you're part of the kosher.com family.
I love working for kosher.com. I do my Insta stories and I do my videos there. But it's really become a source. And what they've done also is that we've spoken about this before on the show. We've had Leah in but someone who hasn't heard this before, what they've done is they've taken all the magazines like Ami and Mishpacha, and how you would you like this recipe, so you rip it out and you put it on the side. You don't need to do that anymore because it's all uploaded onto their database and you can find it all on kosher.com.
And you can create your own recipe box and your own little, source for yourself of recipes that you took out of kosher.com, want to save for yourself. You do that. And now for Passover, there's a great new feature coming.
Oh.
It's called the Passover Planning HQ, and it's a great forum for all things Passover related, tips, preparation ideas, new ideas for different, instead of making the same old thing, different ideas. It's really going to be a great thing.
I didn't know about that.
Preview. It's just about going to be coming out, this Passover Planning HQ. It's going to be a great resource for all Passover food related information. And
okay, no, that's good. Yeah. That's good to know because I like to learn, and I don't know everything about, even though I do know a lot about Passover, there's always something more to learn, and people who've made Pesach more than me or, experienced bubbies, you know, they can share their information too.
There's a great feature that they're going to be fast and easy shortcut videos of how to do different things because everybody wants to do
Everyone
things
wants
quickly,
to do it fast.
right? And those videos are great. People love them. So they're going to be, Passover related, which is going to be great.
Okay, so there's always a lot going on.
Absolutely.
You know, with a lot going on comes a lot of great products and a lot of great wines. I'm just actually flipping through the book because Gabriel Geller has joined us, and he has brought in some food samples that we wanted to share. That's brand new, off the market. Yeah. Brand new to the market, I should say, not off the market, on the market.
On the shelves.
On the shelves. And Gabriel is opening some wine, so we're really excited because somewhere in the world it's 5 o'clock. It's Shabbos in Australia, so I can start drinking already. My daddy's made kiddush for me, so. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some of these products. Okay. Let's talk about the rice. And you were talking about the heaven and earth
So
before.
excited.
When I say rice, I'm saying cauliflower rice. Talk.
Okay. This is a great new product.
Into the mic.
This is a great new product. It's so popular now. It's flying off the shelves. Not a kosher version in Whole Foods. People love it. It's an alternative to rice. It's kosher for Passover. It's just cauliflower. In this bag is just cauliflower, imitating grains of rice. So you can use it in any application that you would use rice. But obviously, you can use it on Passover because it's
we're going to open up a package because I want everyone to see. But have a look in my Pesach book if you've got it out in your house or if you don't have it yet. It's page 192. See how there's a picture if you're watching us on our YouTube channel. See how that looks just like rice? It's cauliflower rice. And here we have a recipe. And the recipe's on kosher.com as well. So if you don't have the book.
There are great recipes on kosher.com. There's recipes on the package for anybody who buys the products and just wants to try it with those great recipes. Basic, but you can build from there. There's a basic meatball recipe that you can do whatever you want with your meat mixture, like stuffed cabbage, meatballs, meatloaf, or anything like that. So it's a great starting point. And there's so many different things that you could do with it because you can substitute this product for not just rice, but orzo, couscous, and a salad, a side dish. People even make sushi with it.
Yes. I will show you
like
sushi.
Naomi.
Okay, you had me at, look what, okay. I'm going to flip, look, cauliflower sushi in my book.
Looks so authentic.
Looks like real rice. Looks great. Page 29, and it's almost no calories because it's carb-free.
That's right.
So you actually need to eat a lot of it because it's not so filling because it doesn't have the rice to fill your belly.
I'm going to try that one.
Yeah, so I actually just want to show. So definitely grab a copy of my book. It's the shameless plugging of my book. You know what?
You know what? It's a great book.
It's a great book.
I like She's not saying anything that's not true.
Thank you. But I just, do we have a pair of scissors? I just, it's a short lifespan of Pesach book. So, all right. So I'm just going to snip open because I want everyone to see how much it looks like rice. And is this the first brand of rice cauliflower with a Hersha for Pesach?
It absolutely is. It's obviously checked to the highest standards with the OK Passover certification and Rabbi Eckstein.
Oh.
So it's the highest level of kosher certification.
I just had the team in last week.
That's right.
Here, look, that is rice. It's freezing cold in my hand right now. Can everyone see? It looks just like grains of rice.
It's not just kosher for Pesach, it's also dietetic.
That's right.
Dietetic
it's for year-round.
Year-round use,
love
just
it.
like my book.
Gluten-free.
Yeah, no, I love this. I love it. And it's all the rage. They sell a Trader Joe's brand. I've never bought it because I didn't know if I was allowed to or not, Hersha-wise, because I didn't know if it was checked. But now I don't have to worry because I think I just lost my earplugs. Oh, there you go. No, it's good. It's good, ZK. Okay. So let's mix a little wine talk with a little food talk. So we did some rice cauliflower. So we're going to have asparagus here, but what wine would go well with the asparagus? Welcome, Gabriel Geller, the man who knows answers to everything wine.
Well, asparagus, that's something that we eat a lot at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're big fans of asparagus. My wife loves cooking asparagus. We eat that at least once or twice a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, usually oven roasted.
Oh, yeah, I do that
Yeah.
on Shabbos because there's a recipe
There you go.
in the book. Sorry, I can't help myself.
Now, as far as wine pairings are concerned, it's a good question. It really depends, what you're going to eat them with, what is the main dish, basically, and also how you make them. Do you make them in the oven? Are you just taking them out of the jar, like in this case?
This is a white asparagus.
It's white asparagus, very tender and delicate.
Into the mic.
Tender, delicate, delicious. It's really a delicacy. It's seasonal, but in the jar, it's available all year round. It's a delicious product.
It's
in
so good.
salads, you can actually take
Just
them out
nash
of,
on it.
Just nash on it, exactly,
Okay,
straight
brach
from
gedaan,
the jar.
Man.
Main. So many
No
different
way.
ways to prepare appetizers, salads. You can roast them. You can take them out of the jar and put them in the oven for a little bit and roast them. And
Oh, yeah, you
Push
can
it up.
roast these?
you could. They're
Yeah.
they're not raw.
It's white
They're
asparagus. It's white asparagus. That's why you can eat the tips. It doesn't
Exactly.
have the bug issues that regular.
That is
I'm not
absolutely
your
true.
rabbi, but I have heard that.
No bug issues at all.
I'm eating another one. I'm hungry.
So we have here actually two wines that, I would pair with asparagus if I'm not, even thinking about anything else that I'm going to eat with those asparagus. We have here the Agafen White Riesling. It's not the first time that I bring this wine to the show, but it's the first one. It's the first time that I bring this vintage to the show.
Oh,
It's the new
okay.
vintage, 2016, and two different vintage, two different wines. It changes all the time. The weather really has its implications, its effect on the wine, and it's going to be different every year. Sometimes the differences are going to be very subtle. But it does make a difference.
So climate change affects the wine
100%.
with the terroir, right?
Absolutely. We have been talking a lot lately. KFW was just a few weeks ago. One of the big things at KFW were the Bordeaux 2015. We have a lot of great wines from Bordeaux from the 2015 vintage, which all experts agree that it's one of the very best vintages, one of the best years for Bordeaux wines in a long time. The wines are really have a very special character. And personality. They are going to be aging for many years. It's really high quality. And today I actually brought a Bordeaux wine from 2016, the following vintage, Château Lamotte-Sissac, from the Haut-Médoc region, from the Haut-Médoc appellation. And 2016 is said to be at least as good, if not even better than 2015.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, we are excited right here at the Nachum Siegel Network.
Yeah, it's
On Table for Two.
It does not happen very often that there are three good vintages, great vintages in Bordeaux, and it's the case 2014, 15, 16. So I brought what is basically the first 2016 Bordeaux wine to be released. It's the one I'm very excited about. And Bordeaux wine sounds very elitist, it's like for the elites, expensive, it's luxurious, it's fancy. Not always. Bordeaux doesn't have to cost $100 or $200. Some are below $50. Some are below even $30, like this one, and anyone can enjoy them, especially this wine, which is approachable. It's very easy to understand it, to like it. It's not just for those who are, the snobbies who drink the fancy wine every Shabbos.
Well, you had some fantastic wines. The wines were
Yes, we did.
outstanding. Okay, there's one in particular that stood in my head. It's a French white wine, sweet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I know that I just made that so vague for you.
That was probably, although I could
If
be
I hear
wrong.
the name,
Yeah.
if I hear the name,
Go
I'll know.
ahead.
You tell me the name, and then I'll know it.
Chateau de Rennes-Vigneault.
Yeah, you know, it's the French accent that I...
Yeah.
I'm going to
sounds
find
so
a
good in
picture
that
of on my phone. And
Was
then
it like a fancy gold label?
Yeah, could be.
Okay. Well, in
I'm
that
gonna show
case,
you a
it is
picture
a
of
great wine. It's not cheap at all. It's not
like
cheap at
a
all.
And he has good taste.
It was
Yeah,
120
she
bucks a bottle.
Yeah, $120.
And I was like, I would like a case of that. I'm literally like scrolling through my phone now,
Yeah.
seeing if I can find it.
I'm not sure if we still have, any of it because we're running low. Actually, we should get more soon, so that would not be an issue. Yeah, Chateau de Rennes-Vigneault, it's a wine from Sauternes. Sauternes is an appellation in Bordeaux which specializes. That's what they're famous for. In sweet wine. Yes, that's the one.
I got the
that's
one.
the one. You got it right.
This is the best wine at KFWE.
It's certainly one of the best. One of my favorites.
But my opinion was the
Of course. No, it's delicious. It's very special. It's complex. This is a wine that if you have the proper storage conditions, which means a dark, cool place, where you let the wine to rest, on their side, without touching them, you could keep this wine for decades.
Really, that one in
Yeah.
particular.
For decades.
So I should maybe ask one for my birthday or something.
Yeah, exactly. And then you could, to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary,
And then you crack it open.
or any other simcha, crack it open in 15, 20, 30 years even.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what makes that wine hold out longer than any other wines?
Well, like we said, it's a sweet wine. So sugar is a natural preservative. There's no added sugar in this wine, but it was picked, very late. So from grapes that were very ripe,
Right.
almost, the grapes themselves, they're almost dry, like
A late harvest.
raisins. A late harvest wine. And in that region, Sauternes in Bordeaux, the wines, the grapes retain natural acidity. So the combination of that natural acidity in the grapes together with the natural sugar, that is still in the grapes when you pick the grapes at the harvest, all together, allows the wine to really age for a long time. It preserves them, and they evolve, they change for many years, and they become even better than what they are right now. So if you enjoyed it now,
Wait
you will
another
enjoy it
30
even
years.
more in many years.
I love it. Okay, so let's try some of that white wine. I think we're
Sure.
ready. We've had some asparagus.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the wines, the glasses from KFWE. This is what year Jay bought me a case of wines a couple of years ago, a case of glasses. This is from 2013. This is almost a vintage glass itself.
It was a good year for glasses.
It was a good year for glasses.
I'm not sure if glasses get better with time.
Oh, really? Yeah, they just get cleaned. Okay, ZK, Pessi, you going to have?
I'll have a look.
You
Yeah.
should.
B'Shamrul B'nai Israel. I
Hope I
just
don't get
joking.
addicted to this beautiful.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, you do work at the, KAYCO. You can just hop over the street. I want to get a tour of the winery over there.
Okay.
I've been
I'm
to
in the food division.
I know. So maybe Gabriel, you walk me
He's the
around
man
there.
to talk to.
Okay.
So,
All right. So what do we do?
Cheers.
this is the Agafen winery in California. White Riesling, that's the grape variety. From the Lake County appellation. Lake County is north of Napa Valley. It's like the hot place, right? Not hot, for the climate necessarily, but
popular. Hot isn't
it's
popular.
hot, popular real estate, if you like, region of the California wine country. Clearwater Ranch, that's the name of the place, of the vineyard, who owns the grapes, where the grapes for this wine came from. So this is the 2016 vintage. Riesling is just one of the most noble grape varieties, from which some of the very best wines in the world are made originally in Germany, also in Alsace in France, and California makes great wines out of it. So does Israel, and this one is delicious. It's off dry, so it's not really very sweet.
You had me at
but
off
it's not.
dry.
It's not completely dry, and it would go absolutely great with the asparagus. You can even try now. Just take an asparagus.
Wine pairings with asparagus.
there
Why
we go.
not?
Absolutely, why not?
Good
Why
products
not?
from KAYCO. Good wine from KAYCO.
Always that.
Okay, Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen. Oh, atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen. We all have to take turns of talking because it's a radio show. So we can't have silence on the air. This is amazing.
That's delicious.
Oh my God, that's so crisp. This is right up my alley.
Great.
How much
I knew
this-
you'd like it.
How much does this retail for?
This retails around $25 in average.
So it's
Good
not
value.
it's not a crazy expensive one. Can we just talk about, am I saying it right? QPR?
QPR, quality price ratio.
Right.
Very simple. Value for money, if you like.
Right.
This is high QPR. There are many wines that cost $25, but they're not, of course, it's always subjective, We all have
Absolutely.
different tastes and preferences. And, if there is a wine at $25 that I don't like, that doesn't mean that you won't like it. Maybe
Right.
you do. But I believe in general, as far as quality is concerned, how well made this wine is, how complex it is, how balanced it is. I think that the QPR here is very high.
This is really delicious. I'm like really enjoying that wine. Well, I'm a big white wine drinker. I think white wines get pushed aside sometimes a little too much. Red wines always, everyone goes, oh, I only drink red. I'm like, give white a chance.
Yeah, of course. So I brought 4 wines here today. It's almost Pesach, Arba Casas, the 4 cups.
Right. So let's, yeah.
And I also chose wines that are, I took, QPR into consideration. I didn't want to, really, necessarily discuss here about, wines that are very expensive or that are, like the cheap stuff that you can find everywhere. Well, some special wines.
Something
But that
special.
are still affordable. I think the most expensive wine that we have here is the Bordeaux, which is like about $30.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll find it for $2 less, sometimes for $2 more.
Right.
But the average price would be around $30. It won't break the bank. Especially for Yom Tov, it's really worth it to have a nice wine like this one, Chateau Lamotte-Sissac au Médoc. And it's a wine that will go very well with the meal. There's the Seder, there's the 4 cups, but when the second cup comes around, it's Shulchan Orech. It's the time for the celebratory Yom Tov meal, and you'll have probably some nice meat or chicken with the meal, and you need some nice wine. It's Yom Tov, it's a Simcha, and I think that the Chateau Lamotte-Sissac would be perfect for the meal this year. And I brought the Agafen Riesling, so it's a white wine. I know that many people will maybe raise their eyebrows.
Yeah, can we talk
a white
about
wine
that?
for the Seder,
Can you
for the
do
4
that?
cups. Yes, you can.
Okay, Rabbi Geller.
No, it's not about being a rabbi. I mean,
No, no.
halachically speaking, there's absolutely no issue whatsoever.
Right.
It's just that most people have the minhag to use only red wine for the Seder for different reasons. But some people, especially Yeki Jews, German Jews, have the minhag to use white wine.
Really? I like that. I knew there was something I
There are
liked
2
about
reasons
Yankees.
for that.
They're smart people.
The first reason is that you're supposed to use your better wine for the Seder, your better wine for Kiddush,
Really?
your better wine for the cups. If
Not-
you have the choice between something which is not so good and something which is better, you want to make the bracha. You want to use for something as important. For the Hidur
Right.
mitzvah, exactly. You want to use something of higher quality. In Germany, the wines, the better wines are white. So the German Jews were using white wine because those were the quality wines that they had. It would not come to their mind back in days where there was no import of Israeli wines or Barnherzog.
Times are changed.
Yeah, times have changed a lot. So the wines that they had, that they had were white wines, and that's why they use white wines also, especially not just for the Seder, but year round for Kiddush, on Shabbos.
They use a good
and
wine.
on other Yom Tovim. They use white
And
wine.
it keeps the kittel clean.
And it keeps
That
the
is true.
kittel clean. That's a very good point. I have to remind my husband to pack the kittel for when we go. I'm working at Ram Caterers, so I have to make sure.
that he
In
brings
Florida,
it.
I have to make sure he packs his kittel. You reminded me. So is Crema Lager not considered a good wine?
It depends.
That's my husband's
It depends for whom.
It's my husband's favorite.
I am not personally the biggest fan of Crema Lager because I'm a snob.
Yes.
But-
well, it's your job to be a
But
snob.
yeah, it's my job to be a snob. It's also my job not to be a snob.
No. We,
I have to
Everyone
promote
should
all
drink what they
wines.
love.
Yeah.
Right. It's also right. Drink what you love, but also it just has lower alcohol content.
It has
so
lower
some people
alcohol
can't tolerate.
content, and people are looking for that. Many wines, especially nowadays with the climate, they're a little bit, afraid of, drinking a wine at the Seder, especially when you have to drink 4 cups.
Right. A drop. I just want a drop. No, that's more than a drop.
That's it.
Beautiful.
It's okay.
I'm
You
having-
don't have to finish your glass.
Right. I know. I can pour it into
We
the
won't
garbage
hold it
over
against
here.
you.
So I want to try all the wines that you bought. I like to be well informed.
So people, they're afraid that they see sometimes 15% alcohol in a bottle of wine. That seems pretty high. For some people, it is high. So for instance, the Agafen Riesling here has only 11%. 11% is relatively low by nowadays standards. But there are people who are really looking for something, that is wine, not grape juice. They really want wine specifically. And we have an array of wines, especially from Kedem, which have like 6% alcohol.
Right. Yeah. Can you name some of those? Do you know those off the top of your head? How could they find them? Like, is it on the website? Like,
You can find them on many online stores. You can find them also on Royal's website, royalwine.com. You will have the full list of those wines from Kedem. And most kosher wine stores or stores that carry a wide kosher selection will have those wines, and they usually stock up before Pesach because they know that the demand for those wines is the highest
right.
of the entire year.
I know. I just actually went in about 2 weeks ago and I restocked on my wines, even though I'm away for Pesach. It's the time of the year that I buy all my Kiddush wine for the year, and I get a case of red and a case of white. I actually cook with a lot of red wine, and you know what? I use the Zmora.
Yeah.
It's
Lot of
great
people love it.
QPR for cooking, right? Like it's about $7 a bottle,
Something like that.
right? When you buy it by the case, about $7-8 a bottle, and it's great. You're making a roast. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's just.
Yeah.
Why is it so much sweeter than any other Cabernet that I've had?
Well,
it's so sweet,
Zamora,
which I like.
Zamora is a semi-sweet wine. There are other semi-sweet
But it's a
wines.
cab.
Jeunesse is probably the most famous of them all. You can make a dry or a sweet wine from any grape variety, whether it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, Riesling, Merlot, Zinfandel, Chardonnay. It's really about the winemaking process.
Mm-hmm.
If they harvest the grapes late, there's a higher chance that there will be more sugar in the grapes. And when you ferment the grape juice into wine, if you stop the fermentation at some point, the wine will retain a certain level of sweetness. That is what is done, for example, with the Zamora or with Jeunesse. They really try to find the perfect balance between the taste, the classic taste of wine, keep the fruit, the fruit taste of the grape of Cabernet Sauvignon in this case, and a certain amount of sweetness, which will allow basically anyone to not find the wine either too dry or too sweet. So that is really the goal, and that's why so many people love those wines.
Right, no, it's great. The Zamora is definitely very sweet for a typical red wine drinker,
Yeah.
probably for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Jeunesse is amazing. Like
Jeunesse.
it's not as sweet as the Zamora, but Zamora is great for cooking and drinking.
Yeah.
Right. I go through it, so much of it in a lot of my roast recipes in the book. I have call for wine, and I'll say, use Zamora. Like that's great.
Actually, last week was
Jeunesse,
Purim.
I would drink.
Last week was Purim.
Right.
And Jeunesse happens to be almost the official wine of Purim. There are a lot of people who buy Jeunesse for Purim, for the Purim Seuda, because it's relatively easy to drink, and it's pleasantly tasting. It's fruity. And people love it, and we promote Jeunesse for Purim, especially because we know that people love it at this time of the year. It's great,
It's also a fun.
all the time. It's great also for Pesach.
It's a fun summer wine, also.
It's a fun summer wine.
And
Absolutely,
they have a
you can
great
drink it
video.
slightly
That
chilled.
Jeunesse video is
Yeah, you love it,
Which
right?
one?
I love
I
it
love
too.
that.
How am I missing that?
Oh, it's
You
amazing.
didn't see it?
Who is it
It's
with?
all over the
Did that.
place.
The one
I'll forward it to you,
is
Naomi.
that the upside down one? No.
It's a ball rolling through like a maze, and it ends up tipping a bottle of wine into a cup. But just the whole process of seeing that go
How did I
around.
not see that? I'm
you
like
have to
so
see it. You're
into
gonna
that.
love it.
That video reminds me of a scene from one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you have watched it. Back to the Future. It's a pretty old
didn't
movie.
Are you
Watch
kidding?
Back to
I
the
love
Future.
Back to the Future.
So at the very
Michael J.
beginning of the
Fox.
first Back to the Future
Okay.
movie, you have a scene like that where there is like a chain of events. You could say it like that.
Reaction.
A chain reaction. And
with the hoverboard.
exactly. So it's the exact same principle. And you
Oh,
have
that
to
is-
watch the video. It's amazing. It's
I
awesome.
have to see that.
It's
Who put
great.
that together for you? Who made the video?
Who made the video? It's a company we work with in California. It was shot in California.
Okay. All right.
You're
That
gonna
is
love it. It's so
so
funny.
cool.
It's
I don't know
great.
how I missed that. Especially I'm watching all the time. I'm very busy with our videos. Okay. Amazing. All right. So what am I drinking now? And then we're going to switch to lasagna because I
Okay.
feel like we're going into red wine. We need
So
to talk
that's
pasta.
that's the Bordeaux I was talking about before, the 2016 Chateau La Motte Sac from the Haut-Médoc. It's a blend. There is 57% Cabernet Sauvignon, 35% Merlot, and 8% Petit Verdot. And
This smells
you reach really all
so
together
good.
the
ZK,
perfect
you want
balance
some?
of flavors.
Did you drain your glass yet? Tip it into the garbage. I'm the only one who drank all their red wine. I'm supposed to be on a diet before Pesach. Okay. So I'm going to smell this one and then have a little sip while you talk about the next wine. Okay. He's pouring himself. You're going to drink
The
with
same,
me.
yeah.
Okay. L'chaim. Okay.
L'chaim.
What are we smelling for? While I
Okay.
drink, you talk about what I'm smelling
So
for.
it's a young wine. Young Bordeaux will have primarily fruit aromas and flavors. As the wine ages, something which is very typical of old world wines, wines that come from European countries such as France, Bordeaux, Spain, Portugal, and other countries in that area. Usually when they age, they gain some interesting aromas and flavors that wines from California or Israel usually do not. Earthy flavors. Sometimes it reminds of leather, of tobacco. Some say even barnyard funk.
I like that.
Yeah.
You have such a cute, it's funny coming from me, such a cute European accent. When you speak English, he's born in
Swiss.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
And he's now living in the United States after a couple of years in Israel. Married a lovely lady. He's spitting. This is very common in the world of winery. You take
Absolutely.
at wine tasting, you taste and then you spit.
For my job, I have to taste a lot of wines all
else-
the time.
Snob, you gotta spit.
And yeah, I mean,
This
you
is
know,
so
you have
dry.
to taste when you have to taste a lot of wine. You cannot, drink them really. You cannot swallow the wine because otherwise you're gonna get drunk. You're not gonna be able to do anything
Function.
afterwards.
You can't function. You can't
Especially, I have to drive back to the office afterwards. And that would not be possible, neither, technically nor legally, if I drank the wine.
It's a legal thing. Okay, so before we jump into the pasta, can I try a different wine? I
Sure.
want to chase the difference.
There you
right?
go. So
right?
we have the Capsanis
You want me-
Perach Petita.
You want me to compare this one to that one, right?
Sure. So
Guys.
it's also 2016.
I have more
It's
glass.
also from an old world country, Spain.
Okay, pour more for Pessi. You going to drink?
No, not ready.
Pessi has to try
Cellar
too.
de Capsanes,
Only at night.
Perrage Petita 2016. A lot of people just, read it Perrage Petita because it's Spanish, but the J in Spanish is pronounced like chet or chaf in Hebrew. And so
say
it's
it.
Perrage Petita, and that's the meaning of the
Ah.
wine. It means a small flower. It's
Really?
Hebrew.
It's very dry.
It's very dry.
Okay. What's the difference
velvet.
between these two wines? What am I supposed to be tasting the difference?
Okay, so we have two
'Cause I'm-
completely different regions, countries, varieties. Like I said before, the French wine, the Bordeaux wine, is a blend of Cabernet Merlot and Petit Verdot. Here we have a Spanish wine, which has 55% Grenache, which is mainly a Spanish variety, but it's also found in some areas of France, not in Bordeaux, more in the Rhone Valley. And you have 20% Tempranillo, that's a Spanish variety, which is popular in the wines from Rioja. And 15% Merlot. Merlot is from Bordeaux originally. And 10% Syrah.
Okay.
Syrah is also originally from the Rhone Valley, but it also grows in Spain. The flavors in the wine are very different. You have notes of red fruit, red berries, raspberries, cherries.
It's so hard for me to tell. I'm smelling the differences,
I get olives a little bit.
but I can smell the differences. I can't taste them with the red wines.
That's fine,
They both taste
that's my
very
job.
dry to me.
That's my job. When you read a tasting note and you see an article
Write
from
it.
Gabriel Geller in Yated or in Hamadia that says, oh, this is a great wine from Spain and it tastes of raspberries and leather and whatever, that's my job.
Right, right.
If you
And
do
I
not,
cook the
it's
food
fine,
and you make the
you
wine
cook the
to go
food.
with it.
I taste the wine. I tell you what is good. That's my job.
I've got a daughter with a very sensitive palate, and she can tell if it's from a oak cask.
Really?
Yeah, like she's amazing. This one is not as dry as that one. I don't know what.
No, it's fruitier.
It's this fruit. Was that the second one?
Yeah, the second one is fruitier.
I can tell the difference there.
Yeah.
Okay. So yay, I'm learning something. Okay, amazing. All right. So
last but not least,
we're gonna finish the wine and then we'll go into the pasta. Back to
Exactly.
the pasta because I got to give this pasta guy a little chat. And red wine goes with pasta so well.
absolutely, 100%. So that goes also great with the asparagus, the wine that we're going to taste now. It's a brand new wine,
Oh, we have glasses. Okay.
brand new series from Herzog Wine Cellars in California. Lineage.
Oh.
How do you?
Lineage.
Lineage. I always get it wrong. Jay Buxbaum makes fun of me all the time because of it. Lineage.
I say tomato.
Lineage.
I say tomato and oregano,
Lineage,
so
yeah.
don't
I'm
worry.
the only
Tomato,
American here.
tomato.
No, CK's Brooklyn
Lineage.
born and bred.
Okay.
Yeah. Herzog Lineage Pinot Noir from Clarksburg, California. The Lineage series is a new series of high value, high QPR wines. There is a Pinot Noir,
ZK
which we're
also
tasting.
wants. ZK, we have one more,
Yeah,
we have more work to do today. Stop.
there you go.
Someone once said to me, Jews don't spit their wine because they would never waste something like food. Okay, we are not. I am not spitting mine. I'm leaving mine in the glass.
All right, that works for me.
Okay, wait. So I'm
the
giving it a
Lineage
swirl.
have the Pinot Noir, which we're tasting today. There is a Chardonnay, which is delicious, tropical fruit notes. You have to try it. You'll love it, Naomi.
Okay.
There is the Cabernet Sauvignon from Paso Robles, one of the better known appellations in California. You have the Choreograph, which is a field blend. It's a blend of 12 different grape varieties, all grown in the Prince Vineyard, which is owned by the Herzog family in Clarksburg, California. It's a very intriguing, interesting, and unique wine. There's absolutely no other wine in the world, I believe, that is similar to the Choreograph, whether kosher or not. And there are other wines coming from the Lineage series. There's a Rosé and a Sauvignon Blanc, which will be released after Pesach. wines that are more for the summer.
You'll
to
be
drink
back.
really
He'll be
fresh.
back for that.
And I will be back for that, and I will be very happy to taste them together. I have not tasted them myself, so
Okay, maybe you'll
Something
taste
to
them
look
here.
I'm looking.
too.
I'm looking forward to it very much. So all the wines from the Lineage series retail for about $20.
So that's also
sometimes
good.
even less,
Very
between
good.
15 and 20.
QPR. Okay.
Great QPR. Pinot Noir. It's relatively light wine. It's not heavy like Cabernet Sauvignon, like the Bordeaux, also that we tasted before. Goes great with asparagus again, but
I'll jot asparagus.
it's great for the cellar. It's easy drinking. It's great for the abacosas, and I highly recommend you check it out because there are not a lot of kosher Pinot Noir and of this quality and at this price. This is a very rare find.
Okay, that was really good. And I had it with I had an asparagus, then I chased it down with that red wine. That was very good.
There you go.
Okay, let's switch into the pasta, into the lasagna for Pesach. Okay. This
Got
is
that lasagna for Pesach.
who'd have thought, right? That is not in my book because you guys didn't have it out yet.
Okay. It's going to
Okay.
be the next big thing.
Okay, so let's pull it out. I have not seen it yet, so they sent me this as a sample to cook with at home.
I will tell you that it is great. I have tried it.
Yes,
Tested it. I would not have let it go to the market if it wasn't great.
Oh my God, look at that. It looks just like a lasagna sheet. And this is made with potato starch.
Potato and tapioca.
My God.
Tastes delicious. And it performs just like a lasagna noodle.
Okay, do you have to parboil this first?
You have to boil it, yes.
You can't put it in as dry.
You could do it. There's a recipe on the box that tells you how to do it.
Oh, great. Because my daughter told me the other day, can you make lasagna, but not the one you made the other day? That was disgusting. I'm like, hello? You're lucky you got dinner.
On our boxes, we have we tell our consumers to check out kosher.com for more great recipes for this product and many other recipes. So,
Right. You sound like the end of my show. For recipes like this and more, go to kosher.com.
but it's on my mind because we put it as the packaging
Right.
designer.
It's so cute
we
that
put it
you-
on our packaging.
That's so cute that you did that.
Yes.
And you could do this with meat as well. You can make a meat
There are
lasagna.
so many things you can do with these lasagna noodles. It's really unbelievable.
Can you make like a roux with like almond milk, make it thick, and then use it as a white sauce
Absolutely.
with meat to make a meat lasagna.
Yes,
you can do
a roll
traditional
up,
roll up.
Yeah, definitely.
There
Cut
is-
them into little pieces and make little individual, appetizer.
But you definitely have to boil these first. You
have to
can't
boil
use them as the
they're dry, like they're dry like a dry lasagna.
You know how
know?
you have oven ready lasagna
Right.
sheets? You can't do it like that, right?
I haven't tried it like that. I've boiled it first.
Okay.
As the
Boiled it.
instructions.
Okay, so
instruct you
follow,
to do.
guys. Follow the instructions of the back of the package.
There.
Okay. Literally potato starch, tapioca starch, potato flour. That's it.
Now, this is made in the United States in a company that specializes in gluten-free noodle products and pasta products. So this is a really high-end, great product. It's not just, it's a really good product.
I'm loving
The real
this.
deal.
I am loving this. And there's the leaf that you're talking about
That's
before.
right. The naturally better because all that's in it, there's nothing artificial in there. It's all good, clean ingredients.
It's great that this is for Pesach, but there are so many kids with gluten-free issues now. The
Absolutely.
list is growing. When I was, my big kids were little, the worst thing that you could give your kid was peanuts. Now it's gluten.
There are
So many kids with gluten issues.
There are very few products that we don't sell all year round for people who are specifically looking for kosher for Passover products for allergic children, for children that are allergic to gluten, or
Amazing.
anybody, not just children.
Amazing.
And they're looking for Passover products, and we sell our products all year round for that reason.
Amazing. Fantastic. This has been such an informative show. Oh, thank you so much for
My
joining us.
pleasure. This is so much
Gabriel,
fun.
thank you so much for those amazing wines. I think I'm a little
pleasure.
woozy.
And we have so many other new products coming out also you'll see on the shelf, and we can talk about them another time.
I know you'll
And
have to
check out
come back.
kosher.com and, for recipes for all our great new products.
We've got lots of stuff coming up all the time. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. Stay tuned. We have Mark Zomick with the Erev Shabbat show right now. And then we have music sponsored by our friends at Kerem. Right up to Lichbenching. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.